For this tech challenge, we're going to take a look at actually a Microsoft product that is available for free for teachers and students. And a lot of schools are using this, and that product is called Office 365. Now, it is set up for school districts to have sort of a subscribed account, kind of like we do with our Google apps. And we don't have that set up, but the software is still available for free for teachers and for students. And there's a lot of cool tools that you can use, and all of those are available through a web interface, which means kids could use it at home anywhere they have an internet connection. So it's a place where there's a lot of valuable tools. I want to take some time to go over a few of those. So we're going to start on a Google search page. We're going to type in Office 365 Education. And then we'll go ahead and click this link here. And you're going to type in your school email address and then click the Get Started button. Okay, you have to select that you are a teacher, and of course any students that want to do this would select that they are students. And then you'll create an account. Okay, once you get this far, you need to put in a verification code, and they have already sent that to whatever your email address is that you tried to log in with first on the first screen. So I'm going to go to my mail account, and here is my Office 365 code, so I'll just copy that and paste it in this box, and then we'll click Start. Okay, you're given the option to invite more people if you want to. We can skip that. Okay, now the screen that it takes you to is kind of like the Office 365 launch screen, and these are all the different apps that you have access to. When you first sign up, some of these will be grayed out, and it takes a few minutes for them to be set up. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes, but eventually they'll turn blue, and then you can use them all. So I'm going to jump ahead in time until these are all ready to go. Okay, everything is now ready, and if it's taken too long for you, I think you can hit refresh, and within a couple minutes it should be all set. Okay, so what are we looking at here? These are all the different apps that you have access to, and you'll notice a few familiar ones. Here's Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. These all exist in an online format, so anywhere that you are, if you want to use Word instead of Google Docs, for example, you can click on Word, and you'll be given access to a Microsoft Word online version. Okay, and so if you're going to use Word, for example, it starts you off with a template page. You can click a new blank document, and here we go. So for those of you that are more comfortable in a Word environment, you have access to the online version of Microsoft Word, totally free. I'm not going to spend time on Word because what I'd like to do is highlight a few of the tools here that are unusual, that are different than what we have offered through Google Apps. And these are things that are being used in other educational environments, and there's some value to those. So let's take a look at some of these that we have access to. One is called OneNote, and OneNote is at its core, it's a note-taking software, but it's a lot more powerful than that. There's a number of things you can do with it. And there's a classroom version of this that teachers use to set up sort of lessons for students to sort of work through, and it can be used kind of like Google Classroom, but it's a little more complicated. And so some schools are using Class Notebook. I'll give you a quick example of what that looks like. Another tool that they have is called Sway, and Sway is a quick way to create website stories, kind of like the one that Adobe Spark uses, but you can create nice looking websites that are interactive and easy to share. They do have their own version of Forms, which is similar to Google Forms. It's a survey type software. It can be used to create quizzes and things like that. And you can incorporate these into your OneNotes or class notebooks. And then another unusual tool is called Flow. And Flow is sort of an automated way to get tasks done. So if you spend enough time learning the ins and outs of how this one works, you can set it up as a trigger for certain automated things, like if you receive an email from a certain person, you can document that in a spreadsheet and save all the details, and even send out a reply and things like that.